So today we will be starting our next topic, that is introduction to inventory management. Okay, the topics that we are going to cover in inventory management, introduction to inventory management. We will see what is inventory management, what are the functions of inventory management. We will see single screen transaction for goods movement, the MIGO transaction, how the navigation happens in this single screen transaction. We will see how to post a good receipt with reference to a document. We will cover that. Then we will see account movements during posting. When you do goods movement posting, how the account movements will happen, we will see. And when we will see the effects of goods movement. So these are the topics we will be covering in the introduction to inventory management. Okay. So what is inventory management? Inventory management is a part of the materials management module and is fully integrated in the entire logistics system. Okay, so inventory management is basically a part of MM module, which is not only integrated with MM module, it is integrated with all the other areas of the SAP. Okay, like PP, QM, SD, PM, all the other modules. So basically this inventory management module, this deals with the management of stocks either on value or quantity basis. So basically inventory management is all about managing your stock, how you are managing your stock, your inventory. That is why this is called inventory management. Okay, planning, entry and keeping records of all goods movement comes under inventory management. So basically how you are planning your goods movement, how you are entering it, how you are keeping the records, all those things comes under your inventory management. Okay, so normally in the industry, a material can be either procured from externally, like from suppliers, vendors, or it can be produced in-house, in internal resources. Okay, so this planning is normally done by MRP, which we discussed in our previous classes. So from that MRP, you will be procuring the materials. Either you produce the materials or you procure the materials from the suppliers. Okay, now once the material is procured or produced, the material is stored until it is delivered to customer. That is one thing, or is used for internal purposes, for like production. So the material which is in the organization, either it can be delivered to customer if it is a finished product, or if it is a raw material or something, it will be used in production for the consumption. So this is the basic functions of inventory management. Okay, so basically whenever you run MRP, what system does is system will check the inventory stocks of the material, and accordingly it will give you whether you have to do purchasing or whether you have to do production, whether you are going to do production. So that information will be given by MRP. Okay. So based on that your procurement or production will happen, and you will be getting the stock. Now accordingly, if it is externally procured material, you do the invoice verification and you will make the payment to the vendor. And if it is internally produced material, you produce it, put it in the stock, and then you sell the product to the customer. This is what happens. So inventory management basically covers both your it will support MRP function, and at the same time it will support your all the logistics function. That's what will happen. Okay, so now let's move. Yeah. Okay, so this is the inventory management. So basically the materials management module which we are discussing, basically you have three basic functions. One is purchasing, which we already discussed. Today we are discussing inventory management. After that we will go for logistics invoice verification. Okay, so this inventory management submodule basically supports all the three: purchasing, inventory management, and the logistics verification part. Okay, so basically managing the stocks. So managing the stocks basically sometimes happens on quantity basis. Okay, so stock quantities are some stocks will be in unrestricted use stock. That means approved stock. This can be used by anybody. Okay. Now there will be some stocks in quality inspection. So quality inspection means the quality people have to check that material, quality of that particular material. Till that time, nobody can use that particular stock. So some stock can be in approved stock, some stock can be in quality inspection, and some stocks will be already ordered but not yet received in transit. So you ordered the stock to the vendor, supplier, but not yet delivered. Those are called in transit stock. I will show you all these things in the system. Okay. Now there will be some stocks that are in the warehouse, but already reserved some for a production or for a customer. So it is a reserved stock. Reserved stock. So these are all called different types of stocks. Okay. Now you can manage the stock based on the value basis also. So whenever you do in the inventory management, your stock quantity wise it gets updated, and value wise also it will be get updated. And all the required account assignment from the costing account will get updated. Requested GL accounts in the financial accounting will get updated via through a automatic account determination. This we will see when we go to the what you call account determination class. That time we will see this. Okay, that time we will see this. Okay, so now basically we will understand the types of goods movements. So there are two types of goods movements. Just give me 1 minute. Just give me one. Basically, there are two types of goods movements. Goods movements include both external movements. That means you receive materials from the what do you call suppliers, external procurement. Goods received from external procurement. That means you order the material from the vendor, and vendor will supply the material. That is one type. Another one is goods issue for sales order. Once you produce the product, you sell the product to the customer. So that is goods issue. So these are external goods movement. Okay, and there will be some internal movements such as good received from production. That means you complete production, you receive the stock from the production department. So that is what called goods received, internal. Or sometimes material withdrawal from internal purposes. Due to some reasons, you take the stock for other purposes, and stock transfers and transfer postings. All these things comes under internal movements. So goods movements can be broadly classified into two, either external or internal. Okay. Now whenever you do goods movement, the documents that are created for the goods movement and are the basis for the quantity and value update also serve as verification for the movements. So basically the goods movement, whenever you do goods movement, there will be some documents will get created. There will be some documents created. Those documents you will use for further verification of the goods movement. Okay, this we will see it in the system. When we go to the system, we will see this. So this is our. So one is you have a plant. Okay, external goods movement means you receive the material from the vendor. This is an external movement. Okay, you receive the material from the vendor. Now when you receive the material from the vendor, you put it in the stock in quality inspection. Okay, then once the stock is inspected, you will move it to approved stock. So this is the internal goods movement. Okay, now let's say you completed a production. Once you produce the product, you receive the material into stock. So this is again internal goods movement. Sometimes within the organization, you move the stock from one plant to one plant, or one storage location to one storage location. So this is again internal movement. Now once the production is completed, you sell the product to the customer outside. Okay, then this will be an external movement. So goods movements can be either internal or can be external. Okay, now what are the types of goods movements? So there are broadly four types of goods movement. One is goods receipt, second one is goods issue, okay, third one is stock transfer, fourth one is transfer posting. Okay, so what is goods receipt? Goods receipt is a goods movement in which the receipt of goods from both external vendor or from production is posted. A good receipt leads to an increase of warehouse stock. That means here we are receiving the stock, so stock will get increased. So there are four types. I'll put it in a notepad file. The types of goods movements are goods receipt, goods receipt. Okay. Next one is goods issue, goods issue. Third one is stock transfer, stock transfer. Fourth one is transfer posting, transfer posting. So you have four types of goods movements basically. Okay. So goods receipt, you receive the stock, you receive the stock. That means it will increase the stock basically. It results in increase in stock. Okay, increase in stock. Now, what is goods issue? What is goods issue? So goods issue is a movement. Goods issue is a goods movement in which a material withdrawal, goods issue, material consumption, or goods shipment is posted to a customer. So goods issue leads to a decrease in the warehouse stock. That means when you are issuing the stock, when you are issuing goods, when you do goods issue, stock will get reduced. That is the goods issue. Now, stock transfer means is removal of materials from particular storage location and placement into another storage location. Okay, so that means you are transferring stock from one location to another location. It can be a storage location to storage location within the same plant, or stock transfer from one plant to another plant. So that is called stock transfer. Okay, so stock transfers can take place both within the same plant or between two plants. That's what I do. Now the another one is transfer posting. Transfer posting is a general term for stock transfers and changes in stock category of a material, whether regardless of whether the posting is linked to a physical movement or not. So here transfer posting means stock category will change, stock category of a material will change. So during this transfer posting, actual physical movement may not happen or may be happening or may not be happening. That is what called transfer posting. Okay, in our case we have seen, let's say you have a material in a storage location. Currently it is in quality inspection. You inspected it, then you moved it to unrestricted use stock. So here physical movement may happen or may not happen. Only the stock category is changing. Okay, that is what called transfer posting. That is what called transfer posting. So there are totally four types: good receipt, goods issue, stock transfer, transfer posting. We will be discussing all these things in detail when we go to the further classes. One by one, in depth we will be discussing. So these are the four types of goods movement. So goods issue, basically what happens is it decreases the stock, decreases the stock. Okay. Now stock transfer, basically it's a movement, stock movement, stock movement from one location to another location, another location. Okay, basically. Now coming to your transfer posting, it is basically changing the stock category, stock type category. Okay, so this is these are the four types of goods movement. So we will discuss all these things in detail when we go to the particular topics. Okay, so that is a goods movement. So now whenever you do goods movement, what are the types of documents generated? So whenever you do goods movement, any goods movement like GR with respect to a purchase order, or issues of material to a reservation, or you do GR to a production order, or you do any other goods movement with reference to a document or without reference to a document, system will generate two documents basically: material document, okay, and accounting document. Normally it will generate two types of documents: material document and accounting document. Material document is for inventory management people, that is for us MM people, and accounting document is for finance people. It will generate two documents. Okay, I'll show you this in the system as practicals. We will see some practicals now. So now I'll create a PO. I'll create a PO. Okay, ME21L. Okay, I'm creating a PO. Okay, we already discussed this, how to create a PO in the system. We have discussed so many times. So I am procuring this material, this much quantity from this vendor into this plant, 1000. So I am creating a purchase order. Okay, check once. Okay, there are no issues. Now save the purchase order. Okay, so purchase order got created. This is my purchase order. So select the purchase order. Okay, now I am doing the goods movement. Goods movement. Okay, so go to transaction MIGO. MIGO, goods movement. So I am receiving the material goods against a purchase order. Enter your purchase order number. Enter. Okay. So now click on item OK. Which storage location, to which storage location you are receiving. Enter the storage location number. Okay. Done. Check it. Okay. Creating the batch. Just 1 minute. It is asking to enter the date of production. Just 1 minute. Okay, enter the date of production. Okay, check once. Okay, done. Now I am posting it. So when I post it, system will generate two documents: material document and accounting document. It will generate two documents. So what we are doing here, we are receiving the material, GR, goods receipt. We are receiving the material. So obviously the stock will increase. So if you go to MMBE, we'll check the stock of the material. This is a material in the plant 1000. We will check the stock. Okay, so currently already we have a stock of 100. We have a stock of 100. Now we are receiving. Now we are receiving another 100 stock. So now stock will get increased by 200. Okay, so now I am posting it. Click on the button post. Okay, so material document is posted. Material document is posted. So now if you refresh stock overview, see, stock has become increased by 200. It is increased. Stock has become 200. Stock has become 200. Another 100 quantity got ordered because we received the material. It is a goods receipt. So goods receipt always increases the stock. Increase in stock will happen. Okay, so that's what. Now coming to goods documents. So when I do the GR, system has created a material document. Are you able to see? System has created a material document. Now if you go to the PO, if you go to the particular PO /n ME23, and now I'm going to the display of the purchase order. If I go to the display of the purchase order, if you go to the purchase order history tab, see, this is a material document. Okay, from this material document you can go to the accounting document. So if you click on the button material document, now we are on the display material document. Display material document. So here you can see what material has been received with this document. This is a material. This is a material. This much quantity we received. Okay, where we, in which plant, which storage location. This is the plant. This is a plant. This is a storage location to which we received. Movement type we will discuss later point of time. Okay, what is the batch number? Everything. So material document will give you all the material related information. Okay, now from here you can go to the accounting document. Suppose if you see there is a tab called document info. If you click on that tab, here you see there is a button FI documents. So if you click on that FI documents button, you will be able to see an accounting document. See, there is accounting document. Select the accounting document, click on the button display document. So here basically the respective GL accounts will be credited and debited as per the finance settings. So this document, accounting document, is for the finance people. These are the GL accounts, respective GL accounts, the particular amount, credit, debit, all those things will happen. Okay, so this is the accounting document. So normally whenever you do a goods movement, system will generate two types of documents. One is material document, another one is accounting document. This is for the MM people, inventory management people are for us, and the another one is accounting document is for finance people. Okay, now we will discuss on the units of measure in the inventory management. Okay, so sometimes what happens is, even though you manage the stock in pieces, let's say you have a material, you manage the stock in pieces, but when you issue the PO to a supplier or a vendor, you issue in a case or a carton. Let's say you want the vendor to deliver the material in cartons instead of pieces. So that time you will maintain the purchasing order unit as case or a carton. So whenever you create a PO, system will automatically read the purchasing unit and accordingly it will give you the purchase order. And when you receive the material, accordingly stock will get updated. Okay, so we will see this in our system. So different, these are called alternate unit of measure. So suppose if I go to my material, I'll take this material. Okay, let's say I'll go to this material MM02. Okay, go to this material, enter. Okay, so we have here a purchasing tab. So go to this purchasing tab. Okay, plant is 1000. Now here, what is the base unit of measure? Liters. Liters. That means this material is stored in our organization in liters. But when I order this material to vendor, supplier, I want him to deliver the material in drums. Let's say in drums. So here you see there is a field called order unit. Order unit. So go to the order units. Okay. Let's say I want him to deliver in drums. Let's say. So select the alternate unit of measure. You have see drum. DR. Drum. Okay. So suppose if you select this drum, the moment you enter, okay, the order units have been issued already. That's okay. Enter. So what's happening now? Now system is asking you to enter the conversion factor. Enter the factor for converting alternate unit to base unit. So that means one drum should be equal to 100 liter. Okay, so one drum will contain 100 liter. Okay, so this is the conversion factor I am maintaining. Now you see what will happen. Continue. Done. That means I manage stocks in liters in my company, but when I order to the vendor, when I order the material to the supplier, I'm asking him to supply in drums. Okay, now you can see this conversion factor also here. Here, there is a button called additional data. Go to that button, click on that button, go to units of measure. Here you see one drum equal to 100 liter. This is the alternate unit of measure and this is a conversion factor. You can see it in the, I am showing you again, you on the top there is a button additional data. If you go to the additional data button, there is a tab called unit of measure. Here you can see this. Now, as we made this setting, save it. Now, when we create a PO, suppose now let's say I'm going to create a PO, ME21N. Okay, so enter the vendor, purchasing group, company code, enter. Now let me take the material. Now I enter the plant 1000. Okay, now the moment I enter, you see what will happen. Order unit till taking as liters. But the reason is PA info record is there. Just 1 minute. There might be some info record might be there. Just one. ME11. Info record might be there. That is why it is taking from info record. Yeah, info record is there. Achha, order unit is okay. Let's put here drum. Okay. That is because the as an info record is there. Okay. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay. Now go back. Actually, the purchase info record is there. That is why system is reading the data from purchase info record. That's the problem. Okay. So now let me create a PO again. Now let me create the PO again. ME21N. I'm creating the PO. Enter the vendor. Okay. Purchase organization, purchasing group, company code. Okay. Enter the material, quantity. So now before entering the quantity, let me enter directly plant. See what order unit it is taking now? Drum. System is taking the drum as the ordering unit because we are going to order in drums. So now let's say we are going to order 2 drums. Okay, so we are going to order 2 drums. So here material is managed in liters in my organization, but when I am ordering to the vendor supplier, I am going to order in drums. Now when I receive this material against a drum, you see how system will update the stocks based on the conversion factor. So now I created the PO, select the PO 12582. Now when I receive the stock, okay, so what is the conversion factor we maintained? 1 drum equal to 100 liter. 1 drum equal to 100 liter. Okay, so we ordered 2 drums. 2 drums. That means 200 liter. 200 liter. We should get the stock. So now when I receive the stock, you see what will happen. I'll do the MIGO GR. I do the MIGO GR. This is my PO. Enter. I am receiving 2 drums now. I am receiving 2 drums. Okay, item okay. Enter the storage location to which you are receiving. Enter. Check once. Okay, it is creating the batch. It is asking to enter the date of production. I'll enter the date of production as of now. Okay, done. Check. So now, as we are receiving 2 drums, 1 drum equal to 100 liter. So 2 drums means 200 liter. So your stock will get increased by 200 liter. So I am going to stock again, MMBE transaction. We'll see the stock now. So now stock is currently 200 liter. Now we are receiving another 2 drums. We are receiving 2 drums. 2 drums means 200 liter. Now stock will become 400 liter. So system will do that conversion automatically and it will update the stock. So now I am posting the 2 drums of stock. Posting it. Posted it. Material document posted. Now if you go to the stock, refresh the screen. See, stock is increased by 400 liter. See, we have received another 200 liter stock. So system will do that conversion when you receive it. So that is the units of measure in the inventory management. You may have base unit of measure. But when you are ordering, when you are doing purchasing, you can do purchasing in a different unit of measure. So that conversion factor we need to maintain. And along with that, you can have a different unit of measure for issue also. When you are issuing the material to the production, you may issue in a different unit. Okay, that unit of measure and conversion factor you have to maintain. And even production, when the production people producing the product, they may have different issue unit of measure. So like this, you can maintain different units of measure, manage different units of measure in the inventory management. Base unit of measure, you have here the pieces is the base unit of measure. All the case, carton, box, all these things are alternate unit of measures. Okay, PC is the base unit of measure, and case, carton, box, all these things are alternate unit of measure. And whenever you use an alternate unit of measure, you have to maintain the conversion factor. That conversion factor you have to maintain. So those are the units of measure in the inventory management. Okay, so now we will discuss on the MIGO transaction, which we will be using for the goods movement. So this is the transaction we will be using all the time to do the goods movement. So we should know how the structure of this goods, this movement, this transaction code, everything we should know. So let's understand the movement transaction MIGO. So basically the data in the transaction MIGO will be divided into 4 sections. One is header data, one is item overview data, and another data into item details data. Okay, and there will be a overview tray data, overview section. So totally there are 4 sections: overview section, header data section, item overview section, item detail data section. So in the MIGO transaction, data is stored in 4 sections. So we will see this now. Okay, so basically here the overview tree. The overview tree displays your last 10 documents for purchase orders, reservations, material documents, and held data. Okay, suppose if I go to a MIGO transaction, If I go to a MIGO transaction, okay, if I go to a MIGO transaction, I am on the MIGO transaction. If you click on this button, show overview, there is a button called show overview. If I click on that button, system will give you last 10 documents, like for purchase orders, for material documents, for of course reservations are not there. Okay, like this it will show the last 10 documents. Overview tree displays your last 10 documents for all the purchase orders or reservations. Okay, so this is the overview section. Now if you want to close this, click on the button hide overview. Now you have header data. Here you have, this is called header data. So header data, in the header data you will find information that refers to the complete material document such as document and posting date, document header text, person who created it, and the entry date. All these things will be available in the header. See here, document date, posting date, okay, who posted it, delivery note, all those things. And if you go to the vendor tab, of course here, now if you go to the, actually we should have some document, just 1 minute, let me go to the display. If I go to the material document, if I click on that, you will get everything. If you go to the general, you can see general data, dates, document date, posting date, vendor, vendor number, all those things. Okay, now who posted it, all those data, and document info, who has entered this document, the user, and on which date and a time, all those things you can see it in the header data. So this is a header one. Okay, now coming to the document items are listed in the item overview. So now here in the item, this is the next one, is the item overview section. Here you can see the item short text, quantity, story location. Now about these item details, you can see from here. If you go close item details, you cannot see the details. Now if you want to see the item details, just click on this button, item detail data. Now you can see the material description, material code, material group, quantity, what is a quantity, unit of entry, quantity in SKU, where in what is a movement type. The details about this particular item you can see in item detail section. Okay, so this is the three sections in which the data is stored in MIGO transaction. Okay, so basically header data, item overview data, item detail data. Okay, so now the next we will discussing is navigation in transaction MIGO. Okay, so basically navigation happens like this. Okay, you have a transaction, which business transaction you are going to carry out. Okay, next there is a field called reference field, reference document that is referred to. Okay, and the number of the reference document. Okay, you have the movement types. Automatically system will propose the movement type. We will discuss movement type later point of time. And you have some other buttons, restart, check, all those buttons you have. Okay, I will show you how to use them. Okay, so suppose if you go to the MIGO transaction, MIGO. Okay, again, see here, let's say I want to do goods receipt. So what business transaction you want to carry out? So let's say you want to do good receipt, then you will select good receipt. Okay, now good receipt for which what kind of document you want to do? What is the reference document type? So whether it is a purchase order, what you want to do, that you will select. Let's say you want to select purchase order. Now once you select the purchase order, you have to enter the document number here, and then plant it will come. Okay, and then movement type will come. Movement type you can enter manually, or system will propose a default movement type. So this is how you will be entering the data. Now here from the same screen I want to start again freshly, restart. You can click on this button, restart. Now you will be going to the again restart separate. That is also possible. Okay, so this is how you can see some help over here. If you want to see display help, you can click on this button. You will get some information. You will get some information on the good receipt, how it will work, all those things you will get. If you want to close it, you can close it. Okay, so this is how you navigate in the MIGO transaction. Okay, now next one we will be discussing is default values. Default values for transaction MIGO. Now when I'm doing this MIGO transaction, let's say I'll create a PO. I'll create a new PO, ME21 here. Okay, one time I'm ordering now. Okay, check. Okay, done. Now I'm creating a new PO. I'm saving this PO. Okay, so standard PO created. You have the PO. Let me take the PO. Okay, and now when I try to do the MIGO /n MIGO, when I try to do the MIGO, I am doing goods receipt for purchase order. Enter the PO. Now here, every time if I close this item detail section, every time I have to click on this OK checkbox. Now I want this OK to be ticked by default. I don't want to do every time here. Okay, so for that kind of settings, you go for this default values for transaction MIGO. So what you do, you go to the default values. Here you type checkbox propose OK function in future. You type this, you activate this. So like this, you can make a default storage location, make a default plant, and for each action you can do some movement type default. All those things you can do. All those things you can do. Okay. So if you want to do that, how to do is you go here. You go here. There is a settings option is there. Click on that settings default values. Default values. Go there. Here you see you get this pop-up box. Here you see propose the OK function in future. You activate that. Now click on adopt. Okay. So from next time onwards, when we go to the MIGO screen, that OK that box will come automatically. So now let's do that. Now let's check. Okay, I'm not posting this. Again, I'm going to MIGO. Okay. So now enter the purchase order number. The moment I enter, see now the OK that box has come automatically, selected automatically. So you can do default settings by using the default values option. Okay, so this will basically save your time. This will basically save your time. So that's how you configure the default values. Okay, so now we already discussed how to do a good receipt against a purchase order. We already discussed how to do good receipt against a purchase order. Now we will discuss on the holding data and managing held data. Okay, so now let's say you are doing a good receipt against a purchase order. So when you do the good receipt against a purchase order, let's say suddenly there was some issue has come, you need to hold the data for some time. You don't want to post it. You want to hold the data for some time. So if that is the case, you will be clicking on this button hold. So let's say you received a material from a supplier. Suddenly you observe that along with the material, vendor has not given his certificate. Okay, so till the certificate is received, you want to hold the data. So then you will use this hold function. So I'll show you how to use this hold function. So here, now I am receiving this, enter the storage location, enter it. Now here, there is a button called hold data. Click on that button. So now, once you click on that button hold, system will ask you to enter the remarks. Let's say test to hold for training. I'll enter this. I'll tell you what is this reference also. Now I'm continuing it. So whatever you hold data that you can see it here. If you click on the button show overview, you see here you can see test to hold for training. You can see that here. Now next time, now after certain time I want to post it. Just double click on it. Okay, just one. Now, when you go next time, sorry, you cannot do it from here. When you go next time, when you click on this held data, automatically the data will get copied over here. So I'm just going back now, and I'm not posting this. No. Okay. Now again, I'm going to MIGO. So now I want to retrieve the data. See, when you click on the hide overview first, you will get this screen. Now I want to retrieve the data which I holded. So just click on the button show overview. Okay. Now you see here it is showing held data. Just double click on it. Now the data will get copied to the purchase order. MIGO screen. Now from here you can do the posting, whatever is there. Check once. It will create a batch. Okay, I'll enter the date of manufacture. Okay, enter, done. Now you post it. Okay, so once we post it, next time when you go, that now whatever the data I held, now it is disappeared. Are you able to see? Now it is showing no more. It is now not showing anymore. That is the held data. Now again in the held data, you can have a reference. Okay, so if you use normal hold, what happens is once you do the posting, it will get disappeared. But if you use the hold document with reference option, you will get a star indicator. But this reference is not deleted from the overview, even though you do the posting. You have to manually delete it. So I'll show you that. Let's create one more PO. I'll create one more PO, ME21N. Okay, this is a vendor. Enter. Okay, check once. Okay, I'm saving the PO. Okay, PO got created. Okay, select the PO. Okay, now let's try to do the GR. MIGO. Okay, I'll try to hide the overview. Okay, I'll enter the PO number. Okay, all the data got copied. Now I will hold it. When I hold it, here let me put Kumar new testing. The Kumar new testing, and I now I will use the reference as yes. I want to keep the reference. Yes. So now I selected it. Click on continue. Now, if you go to show overview, now Kumar new testing is there. It has come up with a star indicator, some star button. Okay. Now we will go back. We will go back. I'm not saving. I'm not posting this document next time. So next time we will come again. We go. Okay. So now here it is there. Now I'll select this one. Kumar new testing. Now I'll do the posting. Okay. Check once. Okay, it is asking to enter the storage location. Just 1 minute. Enter the storage location. Okay, check once. It will create a batch. It will ask you to enter the date of production. Just give me 1 minute. I'll enter the date of production. Okay, done. Now let us do the check again. Everything is okay. Now I'm posting the document using this held data with star indicator. Now when I post it also, posting will happen, but still that hold data will be showing there. Okay, I'll tell you where it is used. Basically, let's say you ordered 100 pieces from a vendor. First time you received 50 pieces. Okay, first time you received 50 pieces. Now next time you are going to receive, let's say 30 pieces. Next time 20 pieces. So every time instead of using the entering the data, you save it as a held data with what do you call this star indicator. You can use the data again and again when you are doing the multiple GRs. So for that you will be using it. After a certain time I don't want this. I want to delete it. Just right click, delete line. So you have to delete it manually. Delete line. So this is how you use the hold function, holding data and managing the held data. Okay. So this is all about your what do you call